Hey guys, welcome back to Fair Play Politics. You're here for my podcast, A Conversation with Junior Ezeonu, and I'm very blessed and fortunate today to be joined by my good friend, our honorable school board president for Mansfield ISD, Dr. Benita Reed. Doctor, you're welcome. Thank you for joining.
Junior, it's a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you for the invitation. I'm honored to be one of your guests. I've seen your podcast.
Thank you. I'm
So
glad.
you're a serious podcaster.
I'm trying. I'm trying to make a difference and just have really fun and engaging conversations with a variety of guests from all over the place. Currently, it's very political, but eventually, we'll expand and get some fun people on that aren't just political
You're
people.
saying I'm not a fun person?
You're very fun. You have a lot of fun, but I'm talking about people that don't actually go and govern and make an impact in people's day-to-day lives. We'll expand it over time, but thank you so much for joining me.
Absolutely.
It's so good to see you here. You guys may not know this, but Dr. Reed and I are very good friends.
We are.
She's like a big sister to me. That's how I look
am.
at it.
Yes.
Dr. Reed, do you remember how we met?
I do remember how we met. We met on a Zoom call.
Yes, we met on a Zoom call.
That was our initial meeting on a Zoom call with other people who were politically inclined and politically motivated, and that's how I first saw you and met you.
That's right. That was about a year after I was elected to the city council. And Dr. Reed is now the Mansfield ISD school board president. And we're going to get into all of that as to how she got to this level of service and expertise. But she's an amazing community leader, amazing community servant, and it's been a pleasure to know you and to watch your journey. It's like, how do we get here?
You
How do
trying
we
to
get
make
here?
me cry, Junior, or what?
Well, it makes me a little emotional when I see it because I
Yes.
know the work that you put in for the kids in the community. But if you can just tell the audience and tell me as well, how did we get here? You've been an educator for a
Yes.
very long time. You're now a public servant. You serve on the Mansfield ISD school board, and now you're the school board president. How did you get to this point?
Well, if we do what we call a backwards calendar, you see me now, but the journey has not been very easy, if you will. The journey has had some very lumpy or rocky terrain, I would say, in the very beginning. I ran for school board trustee for Mansfield ISD in 2022, and it was a tumultuous race, to say the least. But we persevered. The outcome was not what we desired, but I did not quit. I would say that my daughter, Faith, whom you've met a number of times, Faith inspired me and actually charged me to run the very next year in 2023. So we're here now because Faith inspired me to run. Of course, my husband, James, said, of course, he thought I was losing it. Like I had a moment, like you need a moment of clarity, right?
Yeah.
So I said, no, Faith said it. And I thought Ashton Kutcher was going to jump out of the. I did. I was like, what? She said, yes, because you love education, you love kids. And so it was an aha moment
Yeah.
for me because I didn't know she was watching me that closely.
Yeah.
But if I were to go back, Junior, it would have been back in Houston, Texas, where I grew up. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas.
H-Town, stand up.
H-Town, whoop, whoop, stand up. Maybe I shouldn't say that. H-Town, yes, yes. I'm saying that because I'm wearing pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Gotcha.
Junior is wearing red for Dyslexia Awareness Month.
That's right. She forced me. She said, you better represent. I said, yes, ma'am, whatever you need.
We also have a couple of awarenesses. Do you mind if I mention that before pivoting back to my story?
Please do.
And so we have Down Syndrome Awareness Month this month. We have ADHD Awareness Month. And I'm saying this because I'm an educator, which pivots me back to my parents, who were both educators in Houston Independent School District. My mother taught in Studewood at Booker T. Washington. She was a teacher and an administrator. My father taught at Frost Elementary and retired from Cullen Middle School. I went to Cullen Middle School.
Gotcha.
So my parents were educators, so I feel like I was rooted in education. And at the time, when I was very young, I would see a lot of their students come over to our home. And they'd come over. My parents became their godparents for their kids, followed them to college and things like that. So I would say, for me, education is a community of people who have similar beliefs and who are rooted in the ideology that education is making a difference.
It is.
And it will always make a difference. So that's where I got started first.
Wonderful. How long have you been an educator?
Oh, now you're going to make me tell my age.
No. Just,
okay, because
just
I'm 35 again, right?
That's
yes,
right.
So
that's
I've
right.
been in education since 2000, no, since 1990, before you were born. Oh, my
Wow.
gosh.
Okay. Oh, that's
Since
she's been doing it for some time.
1991, 1992.
Wow. You've been doing it for 33 years.
Yes.
But you're only 35 though. So
I'm only 35,
that's
so
right.
miracles do happen.
Hey,
Yes.
God makes a way.
Yes.
God always makes a way. But I love that you say that because you got involved in politics and ran for school board because you wanted to impact the lives of not just the children, but the families, the educators. Correct. You wanted to speak up for them, right?
Yes.
And be their voice and also advocate for the families of Mansfield ISD.
Correct.
Which y'all got to keep in mind. Mansfield ISD covers not just the city of Mansfield, but Grand Prairie, Arlington, Mansfield. I think Midlothian.
Some of Midlothian, Burleson, some of Kennedale.
Wow.
Let me see. Some of Alvarado. So
it's a big school district.
Little bit over 94 square miles.
That's amazing. And I live in Grand Prairie, obviously, being a Grand Prairie Mayor Pro Tem City Council member. But I live in Mansfield ISD.
Yes.
And when I was in college, people don't know this, but I worked as a substitute teacher at Mansfield ISD at Danny Jones, Mansfield High, Timberview, Summit, Lake Ridge, T.A. Howard. I was all over the place.
Okay, can we get you to come back and substitute?
Probably not right now. Maybe later in the future.
Okay.
It was a really good job. It was decent pay, and it allowed me to to be able to make some money while working while attending university at UT Arlington. So I really enjoyed it, and it was a great school district. Still is.
Thank you.
I'm a property tax homeowner that now pays property taxes into MISD.
Oh, you are pleased, right?
Yeah, I'm happy. I don't have any kids yet, so one day my kids will be in the school district more than likely.
Yes.
And I thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
So tell me, you're no longer just a school board trustee.
I am a school board trustee.
You're no longer just a school board trustee.
Yes.
You're now the head honcho of the school board. So I'm just saying what it is, whether people like it or not. Dr. Benita Reed
I think people like it. I think people like that I'm school board president.
Exactly.
We have a great board,
That's
7
right.
people who love children, who will advocate for children, and all the people who care for children.
That's right.
So I think people would love it. I think people have watched me over the years and know my character is one that I'm a servant first. Yeah. I'm a servant leader. I take it seriously. I'm extremely honored to be a school board trustee in Mansfield ISD. I'm extremely honored to be the president leading a group of people who are well capable, who love kids, who love public education, and who will always advocate for it. And so we work very well together to do the very best. So I think it is my hope that people see the work that I do, that I go in as an honored servant who would like to lead in a way that others would want to join the fight, because public education is under attack, and it has been for quite some time.
And we'll come back to the attacks that public education is facing right now. But understanding the history of Mansfield ISD, being one of the last school districts in Texas, at least in North Texas for sure,
the last
school district in Texas.
States.
Let's restate that. Mansfield ISD was the last school district in Texas to desegregate.
In the United States.
In the United States.
Yes.
And you, Dr. Benita Reed, are the first African-American school board president of Mansfield ISD. What is that like?
It's very humbling. It's an honor to do the work. It's an honor to represent all of Mansfield ISD. It's an honor for me to represent my parents and my family. It's an honor for me to represent the teachers. I'm still a teacher. I teach at Tarrant County College, the Southeast campus. It's an honor for me to represent the administrators. So I don't take it lightly. It is really humbling. It makes you appreciate opportunities when you're able to speak on behalf, as you said, the voiceless, the kids who are not in the room, but I can be in there and I can speak up for them and tell others what's significant and what's going to make an impact in their lives now and in the future. It's also very surreal for me because I've been in education, as you said, about 30-something years. We're not going to say how many.
That's right.
30-plus years.
Just 30-something.
30-something years. And I'm honored to do it. Yeah. So although I wanted to be an attorney, I don't know if you know that. I wanted to be a lawyer. Yes, I wanted to be a lawyer. So I'm still advocating. I'm speaking up for those who are not in the room, who cannot speak for themselves. And so and when you ask me that, it almost sounds like, you win a prize, but you know that there's a heavy cost. And so you don't take it lightly. Yeah. So when I walk into the room as Mansfield ISD School Board Trustee President.
That's right.
That's Junior. That's Junior doing that. So when I walk into the room and I am the president.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm standing on the shoulders of so many others before me.
That's right.
And so I don't take that lightly. It's a serious matter to me. I guess I would say I met a superintendent one time before, and I asked, like, how did you get here? Which is what you asked me. Yeah. And he said, the higher you go up, the lower you get down, which means you have to keep praying. You must believe without a shadow of a doubt in what you're doing. You must be adamant about every move that you're making, knowing that it is in the best interest of the children and all of the people who serve them. And when I say that frequently, I want people to understand, I mean the bus drivers, to the paraprofessionals, to the custodial staff, those who are working in the cafeteria, to the administrator, everyone. The system of public education does not work without everyone showing up, giving usually 100+%, even if they feel like they're 50%. They do it effortlessly. And so as an advocate, as a trustee, the very least I can do is to show up 100%. My mother used to say, if you're not going to do anything 150%, don't do it. So I'm vigilant when it comes to these children and what they want and what they need. I'm vigilant when the teachers need resources and the paraprofessionals need support. It's not a play game. It's something that's serious because
it's real life, yeah.
It's real life for them. So that question is very heavy for me because I'm humbled to do it. At the same time, it's a huge responsibility, and I try my best not to put the weight on my shoulders, but allow all of us who are trustees in Mansfield ISD and in area cities and area ISDs, let's share the responsibility to serve the 5.5 million students we have in the state of Texas.
Thank you for your service, Dr. Reed.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I know how difficult it is being a council member myself for the city of Grand Prairie.
The youngest council member.
The youngest council member, elected at 22. I mean,
Yes.
I didn't say it, but she did.
Yep.
But
and the youngest mayor pro tem council member.
That's right.
Is that correct?
At 26, yeah. I became mayor pro tem this summer.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I really understand your plight and the difficulties. Myself being one of the first African Americans elected to the council since the 90s in Grand Prairie, the second ever African American mayor pro tem in Grand Prairie history. It's not an easy job, and African Americans, like most minorities in America, have dealt with a lot. And I know you've dealt with a lot being a Black woman in this role. So I thank you for your service. I thank you for your relentless attitude and your heart to serve everyone.
Yes.
You don't care about their race, their gender, their this, their that. Your thing is, what can I do to make sure that this school district functions to where everyone is successful, these kids are uplifted, put in the best position to be successful. So I thank you. So tell me this.
Yes.
What is the biggest shocker that you've experienced since becoming a school board trustee and now as president?
That's a great question. I would say the biggest shocker is still what we've seen is that politics wants to run rapid through public education. You know that we just recently, unfortunately, the legislature voted to vote for vouchers.
They passed that anti-public education voucher scam. We call it a voucher scam.
ESA, yes. Whatever you would like to call it, yes. So that is a hardship for me. However,
how does that affect public schools, the voucher bill?
Well, there are a number of variables, okay? I think initially people think, if we can walk through this, people think, okay, now I have other options, so I can take my children to a private school or a charter school.
Yeah.
Charter schools, a lot of times, they still cost like private schools. What we have since learned is that the private schools and charter schools have raised their tuition prices.
100%.
So if you are getting, which is what the legislator said, a $10,000 voucher stipend, then you may use that, but will that cover everything? And will it cover enough of what your student needs, your child needs? Meaning, what do those institutions meet the needs of your students? We at Mansfield ISD, I would like to say, is we have choice programs. So we have a variant of number of choice programs, from STEM to career certifications with phlebotomy, We even have CNAs who work.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Y'all
we're
are doing it.
preparing them. Yes, we are. Thank you. We're preparing them to be very effective and very successful in their careers. We believe that they are going to be life ready, career ready, and they're going to be college ready.
That's right.
So they have choices. So when they go to the private institution or the charter schools, are they preparing them for that?
Nope.
I think those are considerations. So I think what people consider first is that I'll have more options. But do they serve your student if your student has 504 accommodations?
Nope.
Do they serve your student if your student has special education needs?
They don't have to.
They don't have to because they're unregulated and they don't have to have certified educators. No disrespect. I believe that parents know what's best, what is a best fit for their children. I'm simply saying try out Mansfield ISD. I believe that you will find that we have the services that will equip your child and prepare them to be successful as they matriculate through our educational system.
Thank you for saying that, Dr. Reed. But now
Yes.
I want to tell you my problems, my personal issues
No.
with the voucher bill.
Okay.
Let me tell you what I despise about the voucher bill.
We may agree.
We probably will.
Yes.
Number one, it's a subsidy for private education.
Yes.
It's a public school. It's a public taxpayer subsidy
Correct.
for private education.
So that means
you're going to take away
Yes.
the public dollars that
That's
we all
right.
contribute
that's right.
to put your student. I have no problem if someone wants to put their kid in a private school. Just use your own money.
Right.
These private schools can reject my kid if my kid has a disability or my kid
They
doesn't meet their
can.
qualifications.
Yes.
But then they're receiving my public tax dollars.
That's correct.
Second thing, would it being a subsidy? It's not paying for the.
You are getting very
You
passionate
see,
about this. I love
I'm
this.
very passionate about it.
Yes.
It's not going to pay for the education.
That's
it doesn't
right.
pay for the tuition. All it does is get. Really, let's be honest. It gives rich parents that already have their kids in these
Who
private
can
schools
afford the private
that
schools.
can afford it. It gives
Yes.
them a subsidy. It gives them a little coupon. Basically.
So let me tell you the quandary. So when a parent, okay, you're shifting and you're going to private school. And so you decide, you know what, they don't actually meet the needs of my kids.
Yeah.
I don't have a reader or I don't have someone who will allow my students to incorporate these 504 accommodations. They don't have the sensitivities. They don't have the personnel or the staff a lot of times. They're not equipped. And I'm not saying anything to discredit them. I'm just simply saying, look at our numbers compared to their numbers. And we did that the very last board meeting in September. So if that child, the parent says, hey, you know what, we're going to go back. The money stays there.
Yeah.
The money does not follow the child.
For
It's
that-
not a
for that-
zigzag.
for that year.
For
Right.
that
Yeah.
year, at least.
At
Right
least.
now, there's a $1 billion budget that they have for vouchers. We do not want it to increase. In fact, we would like to be fully funded in public education. And so we are getting more monies, but we'd like to get all of the money. In essence, if there was an issue with public education, and there are some issues, why don't we work to improve
it.
them?
Yes.
Improve them, make them much better. And funding would do that. We need more paraprofessionals. We know that. But when they go to the private school or to the charter school, they may not even have nurses. Some of them don't have nurses because they're not equipped for that. And I hate to say that, but that's the reality of what's happening. We have registered nurses on our campuses, which is exceptional. We have police officers on our campus. We have a police department in Mansfield ISD. So the state has required that. And some of the training for police officers is unfunded mandates, meaning you have to have this training, you need to have police officers, but they may not fund it.
So y'all
That
end
may-
up having to pick up the bill, the school district.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So on your campuses, the private schools or the campuses, the charter schools, do you have police officers or do you, and it's nothing wrong with security guards. Do you have security guards or police? I'm simply saying, do you have personnel who are going to protect your children at all times? And we know that now in public education, we need protection. Okay, we have evolved. So we have different pieces of equipment to ensure that as your children are walking in, we're verifying that there's no mistake. We don't have any of the vaping, and we don't have any of those inappropriate materials that they shouldn't have. There are no guns. There are no knives, all of those things. So your kid will be safe, and we want the kiddos to be safe.
Yeah.
Will they have that at the charter school? Will they have that at
There's
the private
there's no
school?
guarantee.
There's no guarantee because they're not regulated.
Yeah.
They don't have to have certain
which-
levels of
which
certification.
you're
Our
not-
teachers do.
Yeah, you're not saying that they don't have it, but we know that there's oversight for the public
Correct.
institutions. The private institutions don't
Correct.
have oversight. So that goes back to the
Correct.
point. I don't think, and I think most Texans agree, if you're receiving public tax dollars, you should be under the same scrutiny
Correct.
that a public school is.
Yes.
Private schools should be under the same scrutiny and should be forced.
I was about to say, repeat that. You're right, under the same scrutiny.
Yeah.
Give them the same assessments that you require us. Give them the same regulatory measures.
If you're going to take the public dollars.
If you're going to take the public dollars, let's then institute those same measures that we have to adhere to in order to continue to not just function, but to continue to thrive.
Yeah.
And so if they don't meet the standards, I'm looking for where they're going to have measures of standards for them. Because I think parents should know what are the I would beg parents to look at their test scores, to look at their abilities to work with students who have special education needs, to look at the 504 accommodations. Do they have nurses who can issue medication that's necessary? Sometimes kids need medication so that they can function at the level where they can progress. Do they have those things? And so what will be cut? A lot of times we don't want to cut personnel, but then you cut resources. Like some of those trainings may be cut, but they're mandated. So how does that work in a business setting? That's not even appropriate for a business model, Junior, where you have, I'm going to mandate you to do this training A, but you're not going to give me the funding for it?
No.
That doesn't make sense financially. And so as trustees, we have to think about those things because we have a fiduciary responsibility to the district, but also to the kids and the families that we're serving.
But a lot of it doesn't make sense on purpose.
Correct.
It's a political game that they're playing.
So you see what I said? My issue is that politics is now infused in public education. I understand what political leaders want to know. What's going on in our public schools? Because we have tax dollars going there.
Yeah.
Hence, are you going to actually do the same type of scrutiny? You're going to ask those questions to the private schools, to those executives, to the charter? Are you going to hold them to those standards that we just talked about? Do you want to know that they too have those accommodations, that they too have to answer those same questions? I don't see that happening. But that is not, it's not only not fair, it's just not judicial.
It's not right.
Yes.
It's unjust. And, my opinion, and I think many people would agree too, long term, this is the plan of the vouchers bill as they're doing in other states. The long-term plan of vouchers is to wither away at the public school system to the point that the public school system doesn't have any money, because if you have students that are now leaving it to go into private schools or charter schools and use their ESA, the education savings account, the $10,000 that their parents are getting, long-term public schools will get less and less and less money. They begin to crumble to the point where everyone will be like, well, I can't take my student to this school because the school sucks. Why does the school suck? Because the government defunded it.
They took the funding. They moved that pool of money over to a private entity.
So who suffers now?
The children.
It's going to be the children, especially those that come from working class, middle class households. Is it going to be those that have disabilities?
That's correct.
Those that have learning issues, or learning disabilities, or physical disabilities that don't have accommodations at the private schools.
That's exactly
It's going to be the students that need the most help, the families that need the most help, that end up getting the least. And now you have a system of education that
discriminatory.
It is, and now you have a system of education that doesn't work anymore, and then you have an uneducated population.
So
and then what happens to our community?
What we're hoping is that you're right, and it does affect the community, the businesses at large. So what we're hoping is that by way of you, because you're advocating right now,
yes, ma'am,
and I love it, by way of this podcast and others who support public education, we need you to advocate. Start calling now. Don't wait until, so vouchers, ESAs go into effect in fall of 2026. Do not wait. Tell them, this is not what I want. This is not where I want my tax dollars to go.
So it wasn't fall of 20. It wasn't September this year. It's
not
next year.
Next year.
Okay.
Of fall of 2026. So next year, but we don't want to wait until next year. Start calling now.
Should we not just call, but also
you should also send
we should
letters.
Vote some of them out.
You should vote for people who support public education.
I love it.
You should vote for people who support public education. That's what we believe.
You're much more diplomatic than I am.
I am.
Let's vote them out. If you against the students and you against the educators, it's time for you to go.
Okay, I don't disagree with that. What I'm saying is, if you are a supporter of public education, then we need to know it based on your vote. Yeah. And so it doesn't matter what political party you align yourself with. What matters most is that you are aligning your values
to
the persons with whom you believe will support, uphold, and advocate for your values. If you support public education, then you should vote for people who support public education.
Yeah, and it's a bipartisan issue.
It is.
I know in Grand Prairie, I've spoken to many people that are Democrats, Republicans, and independents that say, I am against this school voucher bill because it steals money from our public schools and gives a transfer to private schools that don't need it.
That's correct.
So it's bipartisan, and I think we need to talk like you're talking. Support no, but seriously, support candidates that support public education.
That's right.
Because public education affects all of us. We're all taxpayers.
That's right.
Paying into this bucket of money.
That's right.
And it should be used to fund our schools and not the private schools that love my private. I'm a Roman Catholic.
I am
love the Catholic school, love the Christian schools, love the
I do too.
Any school, whatever. But I don't believe you should receive my tax dollar.
Correct.
When it's not accountable to the public.
Correct. You said it great. I mean, that was perfect.
Okay, good.
You said, okay, good. Go on to the next. I agree with you. That's essentially that's it.
Yeah.
If you have money and it's designed to go to public schools and they're taking your money.
Yeah.
And they're going to put a large portion of your money into private schools, and you're not going to private schools, then what's going to happen with the funding over here?
It's cut.
It's cut. Mm-hmm. And so we could have used that money to fix whatever it is, whatever issues that we have. And we know there's some things that we need. Like I said, we need more paraprofessionals. We need to increase their salary. Mm-hmm. So those are things that allow our great, talented personnel to stay with us. Everybody is hurting when it comes to teachers.
Yeah.
Everybody's hurting when it comes to paraprofessionals. They are teachers as well. Let's be clear about that.
That's right.
And so I'm simply saying, if you want to align yourself with a legislator who does not support public education, meaning you're voting for someone who does not support public education, yet you do, and or your child or children go to a public education school, you need to have a conversation with them. You should have a conversation with that legislator. That's all I'm saying. It is not. We can no longer say one thing and do another. Mm-hmm. We need to be people of our word. And if our word says we support public education, let's support public education. And then I need my legislators to support public education.
That's right. That's right. We need y'all. How else can we support public education and public schools without, we're going to vote.
We're going to vote.
We're going to reach out and email and call our legislators. Is there anything else we can do to support the educators?
Yes, you can volunteer.
Okay. On
the campuses. You were a substitute.
Yes, ma'am.
If you like, you can be a substitute. You can volunteer somewhere on a campus near you. You don't have to go outside of your neighborhood. Near you, you can become a mentor to children.
We need more mentors.
We need more mentors. We need men and women mentors. Mm-hmm. You can also become a partner. We have an MVP program through our communications department at Mansfield ISD. So you can become an MVP, mentor, volunteer, or partner.
I like that.
Yes. You can also provide sponsorships and become a donor through our education foundation. We would love that. We just had a pickleball tournament at Chicken and Pickle in Grand Prairie.
Chicken and Pickle in my city.
That's right. That's my city as well.
It is your city. You are a Grand Prairie resident.
Yes.
Sorry, I get so.
I see you get excited.
I get excited about Grand Prairie.
Yes, I was there. I didn't play. I was about to play, but I looked like I played.
Good.
And so we were able. Partners came together. They had fun. They were very serious. Some people were smashing the ball.
Wow.
So what I would say is get involved. And if you're wondering how, check out our MVP program through our communications department at Mansfield, and check out the Education Foundation. The director there is Jennifer Kurecka, Kurecka. I believe it's a funny name to pronounce. Jennifer, I love you. So no disrespect, but our communications department does an excellent job as well with MVPs. So please get involved. And I say that I don't say it lightly. Mm-hmm. I remember my friends' grandparents getting involved. Of course, my parents were involved, but my neighbors were involved. Like for Faith, our neighbors are like godparents for us. Mm-hmm. They are on the list to pick Faith up. They go to her volleyball game. So even if you can't do the school day, go to a game. Mm-hmm. Support the child. Let the kids know that you're there. Go to a play. Go to a musical. At the PAC, we're always having something. So
And what's the PAC?
The PAC is our Performance Arts Center.
Gotcha.
And it's on Debbie Lane.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I've been there before. I was trying to remember what it was called.
Now, we do have area packs on all of our high schools. All of our high schools have performing arts centers.
Good.
So that's where they have the plays. That's where they have the pageants. They have the musicals. Sometimes there are meetings, teacher meetings there. So please, just get involved with the kids, whether it's elementary or high school. We need your support.
Gotcha.
It's invaluable.
We'll definitely get involved, and I'll get more
Now,
involved.
does that mean that you're going to become a mentor or a volunteer? And I'm putting you on the spot.
Send me that link for the MVP thing. I'll see what I can do.
That's a politically correct answer.
And I'm a politician. No, but I'll definitely support, and I'll get involved in some form or fashion.
Thank you.
Dr. Reed, what has been something that's just made you smile, or something that's made you just personally proud and happy regarding your job as a school board trustee, school board president? Like, what's been your proudest moment having this job?
There are a lot of proud moments. Most of the time, the proud moments are when I'm out supporting the kids, and they recognize that I comment on their social media platform, whether it's for Legacy's theater, it could be for Alma Martinez. Librarians. It could be for Coble's librarian. I go over there. I try to do my very best to support all of our district because we're all at large trustees, which means we cover the entire 94 square miles.
Wow. Okay.
So that's all of the campuses.
No single district members.
No single district. We just had through the parent and family engagement, we just had a special education panel. I was not there, but one of our trustees was there, Anna Horn. So we're out and about. And so what that means is I love to be out where people can see that I'm supporting whatever you're doing for this district. I'm supporting whatever you're doing in the district, whether that's the kiddos or their parents or those professionals who are experts in their areas of expertise. I want them to know that we support them. That's very important to me. So to me, that's the proudest moment. We as a school board, we're out, we're supporting, we're lifting hands, we're cleaning up, we're putting things away, we're welcoming people when they come into those different panels or those different outlets that they have. The special education students came for an ice cream social. I served ice cream. I didn't eat any though because I'm on a diet. But they need to see us. Yeah. So to me, it was the proudest moment. Would you like sprinkles? Yeah. You see what I mean? The aha moment. I love that. I love doing things like that. You could also, this is another plug where you can volunteer, Junior. Okay. At our clothes closet on Mondays from 9 to 3. You don't have to stay the whole time. Just give us 1 hour of your time.
Maybe 11 to 10. Maybe 11 to 12.
11 to 12 will work as well. 11 to 12. So things like that where parents and kids will come. And we have other student organizations. In fact, the last time I was there, we had kids there from our FOWLS program, which is awesome.
That's amazing.
We're preparing them to be life ready, career ready, and college ready. I don't think people realize it, but I teach at Tarrant County College Southeast Campus, the very best campus, okay? And so I have students who have accommodations. So when they leave us at Mansfield ISD, they have a happy transition, hopefully a seamless transition to Tarrant County College or any other area university. Yeah. So what am I saying? We have to all become a community of supporters for our kids. And also the teachers. What resources do they need? As we enter into fall of 2026, what are the resources that we may have to start providing when some of those resources, because usually with all of these changes, budgetary changes, that means we can't do some of those supplemental things. Yeah. So you can't have guest speakers come in, or you may not be able to have people who have expertise in social emotional development come in and talk to all of us, because we know mental health and mental wellness month was last month. I'm a proponent of having a very healthy mental health, and so that's necessary for all of us. The morale level we know is down for teachers and educators overall. So what can I do to help? Become a classroom mom. Become you could become the very first council member pro tem classroom person. I'm gonna need you to restate that. Very first you can
ever.
Become the very first ever mayor pro tem volunteer in Mansfield ISD.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Really?
Yeah, that's not a thing until you do it.
Until I do it.
Until you do it. So when you
I
do
like that idea.
and you can do it very near you. Cora Spencer, Danny
That's right.
Jones, Mary Lillard,
Okay.
Lake Ridge High School.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I'll
I'm
have
not
to,
putting you on the spot. I'm just saying we
I'll
need
have
you.
to consider it. No,
Okay.
you need me, and we need everybody.
We need
to
everybody.
Get involved, 100%.
Yes.
Definitely. Thank you for that, Dr. Reed. Dr.
You're
Reed,
welcome.
in this,
Thank you.
oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
It's collaborative. The work that
Yes.
we do is not just me and Grand Prairie, you and Mansfield ISD. We're constantly working together with all of
We
our
are.
partners because here in the DFW area, we're all tied in together.
Correct.
Whether we like it or not, we are all neighbors.
Well, I like it. I think more people like it than not.
I do too, and I love that positive mindset.
Yes.
But there are some people that don't like it.
You think so?
Yeah, you'll see them. There's some people that don't like it, but we'll leave.
They're gonna come and join.
Eventually.
Yes.
We'll leave the pessimism for another day, another topic for another time. But I just appreciate the work that's being done here in MISD. In the greater DFW area to help and uplift these students, but also support the educators, support the teachers. So I thank you for your service.
Thank you.
To conclude, Dr. Reed, leave us with some words of advice for that young man or young woman that is maybe in high school or middle school or elementary school, but they see you when you walk into their school or when you're at their football game or when you're speaking on the dais at the board meetings, and they're like, Dr. Reed. She's phenomenal. I want to be like this lady one day. What words of advice can you give to them to uplift them and allow them to believe that they too can do this once they get that education? Because you got to get that education first.
You have to get that education first.
You got to get it first.
On a day-to-day basis. Just day to day. Don't think about graduating take a day-to-day for 9th grade, and then you will get there. So I would say there are two things. My 6th grade English teacher, I just love Miss Allen. And so at Southland at the time, that's what it was named, elementary school in Houston, Texas, I would say what she said, that greatness awaits you, and the world expects you to be great. That's the first thing. The second thing I would say, which I carry all the time, everywhere I go, is that something my mother told me, and she said, let no man determine your destiny. And so I carry that with me. A no means not right now. It doesn't mean that's the end. A no means there's another avenue. A no means there's still a possibility, but maybe you don't see it. So my vision for myself and for MISD and what we can do is beyond the moon. There's nothing we cannot do. If we put that vision down, we have a Vision 2030. We will fulfill that and create another vision. There's nothing each of those students cannot do without support, without effort, without day-to-day working diligently to meet their goals. And so I say to you, Junior Ezeonu, my council member,
yes, ma'am,
that let no man determine your destiny. There's nothing that you can't do. You come from a great family. They support you. I taught Junior's brother in my class. I didn't even know.
You did, yes,
and
ma'am.
So, and I got on to him once. Well, what you doing? So I would say to anyone out there, let no man determine your destiny. They don't have the power. But when you step into a space or a place, step in with humility, step in with purpose. So there's a reason you are there. Step in knowing that there's an assignment. Step in knowing that God ordained you to be there.
Amen.
And do outstanding work. Excellence is always the standard. That's what I would say.
Dr. Reed,
yes,
thank
Junior.
you so much.
You're welcome, Junior.
Thank you so much for your
I appreciate
service,
you.
For your love for this community and for all communities.
Thank you.
And just for your heart, because I know the work ain't easy.
It's not always easy. Right now, we're fighting for money, so I need whatever help you can give us.
I got you.
What are some avenues that we can take to make certain that we fully fund public schools? That would be most helpful. But if you don't have a fight, then you don't have a triumph. And we're going to be triumphant. We're going to be victorious.
That's the attitude right there.
Yes,
and
we are going to be victorious.
And that's why you're going to keep winning these elections and keep serving and making sure that
I trust
our students are on the right path.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are. I want to give a shout out to all of the Mansfield ISD School Board trustees. We have Michelle Newsom, our vice president. Dr. Jandale Crutchfield is our school board trustee. We have Jesse Cannon II, one of our trustees. We have Anna Alicia Horn, another trustee. Jason Thomas is another trustee. We have 7. And Courtney Lackey Wilson is our 7th trustee. There are 7 of us on the board in Mansfield ISD. We are proud to serve, support, and advocate for you.
Wonderful. Dr. Reed, thank you for your time.
Thank
you for
you.
your service. This was a lot of fun, and I'm sure we'll do it again soon.
Let's do it again.
We will.
And let me interview you.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'm here for that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Junior.
Most definitely. It's a partnership.
It is.
And we're going to keep working.
That's right.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
Yes, ma'am. Guys, thank you again for joining me on a conversation with Junior Ezeonu. I know y'all enjoyed the conversation with our honorable Dr. Benita Reed, school board president for MISD. But I want to thank y'all again for tuning in and listening. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon. Take care and God bless. Bye.